Speaking of kids, it was a big thing because Michael Irvin went on TV and ratted out his kid.
Yeah.
Michael Irvin's son is a rapper. I don't know his name. Something Tut something. Find his name so we can give him some credit here. Michael Irvin's son is a rapper. Michael Irvin went on TV saying, "I don't know what my son is rapping about in them songs. He comes from a nice home and a gated community."
Tut Tarantino.
Tut Tarantino. I heard some clips of him. Dude is going. He sounds good. But he certainly is not rapping like I was a star wide receiver's
like I was
son.
a multi-millionaire son that came from privilege and probably went to some of the best schools in the country.
But you know what? I don't like that came from privilege thing. I don't. And they've mentioned it now with this story. Because you come from privilege don't mean that you could opt to that.
It depends on the subject matter of your shit.
This guy could have ran, what I'm saying, this guy could have ran off and just opted to live a different life away from all this providing that Michael Irvin was doing. One. Two, we don't know the status of their relationship. We don't know how much about this kid, about the young man Michael Irvin even knows about. He was on TV sounding shocked at this.
Yeah, insert Michael Irvin saying, "No, nigga, when you turned 15, you had a Benz from my pocket. You didn't sell no skag to get it. You wasn't busting your gun. You wasn't coming from the bottom, got it from the mud. That was my mud on my jersey that got you all that shit."
Even if that's true, why is he going on television to say that?
Because it makes you as a parent now from your peer group look like, damn, your son is on. Nigga, if you had a daughter and
you about give me an example.
I'm about to change it.
You on your 900th example of the episode.
So what?
Give it to me.
If you had a kid and your kid is now talking about they had all of these hard life conditions that you bust your ass to not have them go through, it's almost insulting.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? Like, yo, fam.
I would agree with that. You also don't want to hate on your kid if he's getting his shit off.
I don't agree with that.
You don't think that's insulting to you as a parent?
It's insulting if the kid is running around with this in his regular speech and just talking and telling people what Ish is saying. Once it's in the music, it is art. It is art. So my son is trying to do whatever he got to do to get his art popping, and he could be lying. Most of these rappers lie. Why are you gonna come? Why are you gonna come and uncover the lie before I even get my foot in the door?
But niggas are saying art.
And nobody even know I was your kid. Maybe I wasn't gonna tell nobody I was your son. Maybe I was trying to go about. Hey, Coily Ray said, "Yo, any relation to my dad kind of hindered me early on. I was trying to carve my own way." Shit, my son came up here and said, "Yo, I'm trying to carve my own way." The kids be wanting to carve their own way.
Same with Denzel's son. He changed his whole name.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't agree with Michael Irvin doing that. I don't. Even though he's right in his message, I don't agree with you blowing the spot of your kid.
It depends.
Your kid got a shot. He sounds good.
I think it depends on the subject matter of your songs.
And you ain't no regular fucking dad. You on TV. Mm-hmm. You're on TV saying to millions of people, "Hey, he's lying. That ain't it."
Can we hear a clip?
I'll pull up something.
Because I think that's the most important piece on whether I'm agree with you or not.
Why? He's lying.
But you also
he's lying in the clip.
Don't be talking about you sold no drugs. Don't be talking about you had this hard life. I bust my ass for you to not to have the hard life.
And you also got to think about it, what generation Michael Irvin comes from, where rap lyrics reflected an accurate reality. Whereas nowadays it doesn't. Nowadays it doesn't have to. And you ain't see it from your window.
Here's a little whip work from 2021. Newest single on there.
All right, we'll have to keep playing it. Have you heard enough?
He ain't say nothing crazy. He said
he was selling grams, but he could have.
He could have been selling grams.
Yeah, he could have.
At private school. Definitely.
Nigga, you saw Power? Mm-hmm. What Rick and them was doing.
Whip your fucking ass, nigga.
Dog, you don't have a regular dad. Your dad is on the airwaves saying this shit. And what bothers me about it, not this is any of my business.
So you care more about the father saying he lying than the son saying I was selling grams?
Yes.
You fucking crazy. Nigga, that's a reflection on you saying you selling grams is a reflection on me.
What if he sold grams?
Ish,
it's still a reflection on me.
Ish, let me tell you.
What if he sold grams and that's his story?
Your opinion, to me, is some 60s, 70s dad type shit.
Cool.
It is.
That's fine.
As somebody that was a kid rapping, I was lying in my raps.
All the rappers lie in their raps.
Okay.
That was my right
to it.
That's my right.
True.
That's my artistic freedom of speech right to lie in my music.
True.
As a way to create not only an alter identity for myself, but create the path for myself that I want to make.
True.
He should be able to do those things without his famous one of the best wide receiver ever head ass dad blowing up the spot.
Does he get to do that at your expense?
Huh?
Does he get to tell those lies at your expense?
Y'all say that? The answer is yes. He does get to tell those lies at his expense, one. And two, how many people knew that this kid was Michael Irvin's son before Michael Irvin went on and said his rap name? Answer my question, please.
I don't know.
Guess.
I can't answer.
Not many.
A lot less than when he announced it.
Correct.
Okay.
Right? So now you putting that light on your son for people, for discovery.
Correct.
You are enabling discovery.
It's possible.
Correct.
So either you want it or you don't. Why wouldn't you enable the discovery button to help, not to hinder your kid?
Bro, we could agree to disagree. Because I'm viewing it different. The same way you saying him artistically gets to lie, the parent can get up there and say, yo, he lying. Fuck you talking about? It's the same thing. You have a right to lie, and I have a right to say you lying.
But you're not working hand in. You can do that. You doing that is not you working hand in hand to help your child pursue their dreams.
Cool.
That you doing that is self-serving as a parent. And doing that as a parent to protect nothing but you. First of all, if you was that worried about the shit, I'm gonna take it back. If you're that much of an upstanding dad, then these lies ain't about to penetrate or do no real damage to nothing. Your kid is lying. Niggas know that you've been rich his whole life. Niggas could use context clues. Let your kid get their shit off in hip hop.
The only reason why I was on your side for a minute, but like you said, nobody knew this was his son. It ain't like I'm sitting there saying my parents wasn't shit. I did this, that. Like you didn't do none of that. From what I heard, I mean, I'm pretty sure he has other music.
Yeah,
that wasn't that bad. That wasn't that bad.
That wasn't that
outside,
bad.
like he said, I sold grams. He could have went to the best private school on the planet and sold a couple grams.
Sold grams.
He could have done that,
bro.
Everything else he said, I had money since this age. I've been doing
all that's
this.
true, probably.
All could be true.
Could be true.
I'm not mad at any of that.
Contingent upon the subject matter of the raps, I stand on one side of the fence or the other. Depending on what the boy is discussing and what he's talking about, as a parent, you don't want your kid sitting up. It's a reflection on you. What are we talking about?
Hey, we saw Beans had the verse on "Where Have You Been" off of the Dynasty album. One of probably best verses ever to me. His easily one of his best verses.
That's when you're talking about the food stamps was white?
Yeah, talking about his relationship with his dad.
Money was white.
And his dad had a problem with that, and actually they ended up having a like, yo, it wasn't as bad as you made it seem to be. Now that could be the way he took it, but I'm just saying, your version or your story, you are allowed to say. Now, if somebody with Michael Irvin's son, we don't even know that that's your son, so I'm not shitting on my dad.
I feel it's just parent take. Listen, my mom when she heard some of my verses early on, she had the same reaction, which was, why you talking like you came from some poor
nigga,
shit,
you say that now.
Yada.
You say your mother says that now, today. You 40 years old. Like, nigga, don't be acting like we was just thugging it, nigga. You went to some good schools. You lived in some good neighborhoods.
No, Ish, I totally understand your point. I receive your point. I just think that how you feel as a parent has to take a back seat sometimes to the dream that your child wants to pursue and how they go about doing it. Like sometimes that ain't the time for them to fucking come out and sing your story or talk about you the best or do anything that's comforting to you. It's my turn now. You had a whole life of fame and your job don't require you to say nothing about rap.
True.
Your job does not require you to get on national television and start talking about your old ass perception of hip hop.
New Joe Budden.